A Wes Anderson film is quite easy to spot. His style isn't easy to pin down with a few words, but if I had to pick two, it would be Wes and Anderson. However, if I had to elaborate, you'll see quite a few through lines in his films. For example, there's his propensity for large ensemble casts. Or you could look at how often he features dogs in his films, even though he kills them off half the time. For this video, I'm taking interest in a particular through line in Wes Anderson's films, the constant presence of Bill Murray.
But here's my advice to the rest of you. Take dead aim on the rich boys. Get them in the crosshairs and take them down.
Bill Murray has appeared in every single Wes Anderson film to date, besides Bottle Rocket. But honestly, who cares about Bottle Rocket? That aside, Wes Anderson apparently feels like his films are incomplete without putting Bill Murray in them. Sometimes he plays a lead role, and sometimes he's a quick cameo. Likely thanks to his impressive performance in the Garfield movies, Bill secured voice acting gigs too.
The cuss you are.
The cuss am I? Are you cussing with me?
No, you cussing with me?
Don't cuss and point
You're
at me.
gonna cuss with someone. You're not gonna cuss with me, you little cuss.
With me.
So it begs the question, why does Bill Murray show up so often in Wes Anderson films? Is it because they get along?
Is there any universe where you say, you know what, Wes, I can't do this one, or is it an automatic yes for him?
It's an automatic yes. He's made making movies his life, and making movies is a joy.
Well, that's almost certainly part of it, but not the full picture. To be clear, Bill Murray is certainly not the only actor Wes Anderson uses repeatedly. There are quite a few of them, actually. That being said, I don't think any other actors show up quite as often as Bill Murray does. So again, why is that? Perhaps it's because he's a good actor that can convincingly take on a wide variety of roles. He can be a man down to dumps, or a badass action star. Hell, he's even willing to take his shirt off to get the audience excited. Yeah. But seriously, there's a certain type of character Wes Anderson likes using, and Bill Murray's his guy to play it. To explain, let's take a closer look at some of Bill Murray's most notable roles. You'll find that they have quite a few things in common. I think we should let the man himself explain what they are.
We'll give them the reality this time. A washed-up old man with no friends, no distribution deal, wife on the rocks, people laughing at him, feeling sorry for himself.
To clarify, Bill Murray occasionally has friends. Also, the distribution deal is a Steve Zissou exclusive problem. Otherwise, that about sums it up. The only thing I would add is that he's a tree's worst nightmare. Well, since I'm being graded for this, let's break things down a little bit more. First of all, his characters tend to have strained relationships with their wives, to put lightly.
And how long will you be staying with us, Mr. Blue?
Indefinitely. I'm being sued for divorce.
Very good, sir.
Walt, where the hell are you?
Right here. Why are you cursing at me?
Does it concern you that your daughter has just run away from home?
That's a loaded question.
Come down and read this.
You've made a cuckold of me.
I know.
Many times over.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say hello. Hi.
Hey, baby.
I said I wanted to say hello. I didn't say I wanted you to touch me.
I'm here with my wife, Eleanor. This is Mandiza.
Do you really want to put me through this?
These casting choices simply can't be coincidental. From what I gather, Bill Murray has experienced some marriage troubles himself. I imagine knowing firsthand what that's like makes it easier to act it out convincingly. That being said, if having a messy divorce was the only requirement, plenty of other actors could play the part just fine. However, these roles demand something tougher than just being convincing. They have to avoid becoming unlikable while doing so. Casting a comedy star for the role makes that task a lot easier. Thanks to his roles in films like Ghostbusters, Murray's image is likable by default. That baked-in likability helps keep the audience engaged in morally ambiguous roles. Sure, his comedy got drier, and his dad bod got fuller, but he's still the same guy. Ironically, his elevated status helps give him leeway to act more human. A similar dynamic can be seen in other aspects of his characters, namely that they're pretty much all washed up middle-aged white guys. There are certainly plenty of those types of people in this country. In fact, that cohort is a big part of why Donald Trump's in office right now. However, they're not the kind of people you see portrayed in movies too often. It's even rarer to see a big name willing to play them. Hell, Tom Cruise is still doing Mission Impossible movies in his mid-50s. But really, if you're starring in a Wes Anderson film, you've already given up on being cool. I mean, he took the American History X guy and turned him into this dork. And so, we go back to where their collaboration began. Rushmore was probably a transitional moment in Murray's career. It's a sort of coming-of-age film for him. It's like he's a disaffected youth coming to terms with how old he's getting. He couldn't play the funny young brash guy anymore, but he no longer needed to. He came, he saw, and kicked the box office's ass. However, he couldn't just play the same part forever and expect the same audience reaction. With Wes Anderson, he could take advantage of his age. Wes Anderson harnessed that divorced dad energy and turned it into something meaningful. Bill Murray probably would have never gotten famous if he just started out playing these kinds of roles. However, he was already famous. Thus, he had the ability to give washed-up middle-aged guys everywhere a chance to be charming. Bill Murray let himself go, but still hangs on to his star status. Is it simply privilege that allows him to get away with that? Possibly, but that's a discussion best saved for another time. In conclusion, Wes Anderson likes creating quirky worlds with the occasional hard dose of reality. Bill Murray, as he is now, fits right in. Murray took on a more subdued style of acting for these films, but that only served to make those rare outbursts of emotion all the more potent.